First up is House File 917. Members, our intention is to lay this bill over for possible inclusion. We'd like to be done with this one by 10:55 this morning. Representative Sandsteed, would you like to make a motion to move House File 917 before the committee and to lay it over for possible inclusion or further consideration at a later date?
Mr. Chair, I would like to move House File 917 before the committee to be included as possibly included in a future bill at a later date.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Representative Sandsteed, with that, you may proceed with introducing your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Today, I am presenting House File 917. This is an issue that has been around for a very long time, and I know many of you have already heard about it, so I will be brief. School transportation funding is based on per pupil units and not actual miles driven. We allocate 4.66% on the formula to schools for their transportation costs. When they changed funding back in 1997 to a formula, they also created sparsity categorical to help offset deficits some schools still incurred. That categorical, however, did not cover the full cost of transportation for around 80 districts across the state. In 2017, Representative Detmer chief authored legislation to create a second categorical to start and address that problem. He was able to get $4 million appropriated to the second categorical. That appropriation covered roughly 18% of the deficits those school districts still incurred. While that was a good start, it really wasn't, it didn't go far enough for some school districts to cover their transportation costs. This results in schools having to take money from their general fund to get kids to school. This takes money away from the classroom, and that's problematic. Through the hard work of Forest Lake and Bemidji school districts, this issue was finally brought to statewide attention. The Education Funding Working Group from last year took a look at the issue and made a recommendation to increase the second sparsity categorical from 18.2% up to 70% of a district's deficit. That is the language which is in my bill. And while this still won't make the remaining districts with deficits whole, it is at least a step in the right direction towards equity. With me today is Tim Lutz, superintendent from Bemidji area schools, and Larry Martini, the business manager for Forest Lake area schools, to give brief testimony to help answer any questions the committee may have. And with that, Mr. Chair, I would stand for questions.
Thank you, Representative Sandsteed. Mr. Lutz, Superintendent Lutz, excuse me, would you please identify yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. My name is Tim Lutz. I'm the superintendent for the Bemidji Area School District. And I've been with the district for 3 years now, and this is my 13th year as a superintendent overall. I would like to thank Representative Sandstead for chief authoring this legislation. She described the issue very well, and I'm just going to give a little bit of testimony on how this deficit affects the Bemidji School District, if I may. At this point in time, I would like to share my screen and show you what our district looks like. But before I move on, can I confirm that you can see the screen, please? Thank you.
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. This is our district. Our district is in Bemidji over 825 square miles. As you look at the map of this district, it is overlaid on the metro area. And this is also in committee packets, so you can follow along. This gives you a little bit of perspective on just how large our district is in Bemidji. We have over 70 buses that drive over 1 million miles a year. Our average bus ride is between 1.5 to 2 hours in length, morning and afternoon. Some of our students are on the bus for 2.5 hours each way. I would also like to point out, in the very middle of the map is a square outlined by black lines. You can see Lake Bemidji in the middle of that. One of the challenges that we have is that we can't drive over lakes. We have to drive around them, and that adds to the number of miles we need to drive every year. I would also like to point out that it says Richfield in the middle there. Richfield, that is the size of their school district boundaries. And you can see that it's inlaid within that square box, which is the Bemidji city proper. But the perspective in the overall size of Bemidji from Albertville in the northwest all the way down to Rosemount in the southeast gives you a sense of just how many miles we need to drive and how sparsely populated we are. The other thing I would like to point out about Richfield being much smaller is that a great big portion of that school district is the airport. And there are no students anymore who live in the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport. So the Richfield ridership is perhaps about 20%, 15 to 20% of what Bemidji's is, just to give you a sense of perspective. Because we're such a large district and have fewer students, we end up with a deficit of roughly $800,000 every year. This is an incredible hit to our budget and dramatically affects our programs and staffing each and every year. And I feel this is really, it boils down to being a serious equity issue for our students and families. Districts shouldn't have to use general funds or classroom, or classroom dollars to subsidize transportation to get students to school. And that's exactly what we're doing, taking money out of the classroom to be able to subsidize our transportation department. It was especially hard this last year because we needed to continue running our full bus routes, even though we were in hybrid mode for our secondary students at the middle and high school, as well as other duties during the pandemic. So we're simply drowning, and all we're asking is to be made whole. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I'm available for questions.
Thank you, Superintendent Lutz. Appreciate your time here today. Next testifier is Larry Martini, Business Manager with the Forest Lake Public Schools. Mr. Martini, welcome to the committee. Please state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. My name is Larry Martini. I'm the Business Manager for Forest Lake Area Schools since 2001. I also want to thank Representative Sandsteed, Representative Detmer, and all the other people who have helped try to solve this problem over the years. Superintendent Lutz has been at this for 3 years, but many of you may remember seeing me or Superintendent Massey or others from Forest Lake testifying on this issue in one form or another for almost a decade. Bemidji is an example of how this affects a rural district, but I'm here to bring a different perspective. Forest Lake Area Schools is just 25 miles north of St. Paul, yet we have a district that is 220 square miles. With our pupil count, we run a deficit of roughly 300 to 500 million a year. That's million per year for regular busing. We also own our own buses, and this year we actually had to defer purchasing new buses in order to save money and hope the ones we have will hang on just a little bit longer. We could go on, but I know the committee has a lot of work to do today. I just want to thank the committee and all of the people who have worked on this over the years. This has always had bipartisan support and does so again this year. With that, I can stand for questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Martini. Mr. Strom, you prepared runs projecting the impact of this bill. Can you walk the committee through those runs, please?
Mr. Chair, members, Ms. Burt will put those on the screen for you. Essentially what happens, as the testifiers have said, is that for this adjustment, the second part of the transportation sparsity formula, a computation is made of the district's to and from school expenses. So that's not all of a school district's expenses, but that's the to and from expenses. And then a simulated revenue amount is made, which combines the transportation sparsity revenue from the sparsity formula, adds to that a small adjustment for the open enrollment and charter school kids, and then adds 4.66% of the formula money. And the reason for adding that is Representative Sandstedt mentioned back in 1997, the legislature decided to roll transportation funding out of its separate fund and its separate categorical program into the basic revenue. So $166 or $170, which was 4.66% of the formula, was added to each district's revenue back then. So the calculation takes that 4.66% plus those other two transportation factors and calculates a difference. And then it's on that difference that the transportation sparsity revenue adjustment is made. And as Representative Sandstead said, that difference currently is funded at 18.2%, and under House File 917, that would go to 70%. So you can see the current baseline transportation in the second to left column of $71.5 million. Under House File 917, that would increase to 80.7 million. And well, that's a $10 increase on average per district. The 9.1 million is $10 on average. As you look up and down that list, you can see it varies pretty dramatically. So if Ms. Burt would scroll down to the Bemidji School District, which is District 31, you can see that funding 70% of their deficit would bring the district an additional $319,000, or roughly $58 per pupil. And then if we were to scroll down to the 830s for the Forest Lake District and the other districts on I think second to last page maybe, or third to last page, you'll see the same number for the Forest Lake School District, what 70% means for them. So we'll be to that in just a second here. You'll see the amounts vary as we're going through the list by district. The transportation sparsity formula, as the members mentioned, works well for districts that are truly sparse when measured on a total enrollment basis. But for those districts like Forest Lake and Bemidji, where there are a large number of students but tightly compacted, the sparsity formula doesn't work as well because there are many kids in the greater parts of those districts that are sparsely located and need busing. But the total number of kids isn't particularly sparse in those districts. Ms. Bird's showing you the Forest Lake District number 831, and you can see there that according to the current information we have on expenditures, about $113,000 additionally would go to the Forest Lake School District under this proposal. So that, Mr. Chair, is a very brief summary of the printout that's in your packet.
Thank you very much, Mr. Strom. Member questions? Representative Erickson, I see you have your hand raised. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Superintendent Lutz, this increase would bring you X number of thousands of dollars. What would you still be unable to take care of? Because this is not to 100%, this is, I guess, to 70%. So what do you, I guess my question is, what do you then pull back on in the regular classroom or in our learning teaching mode to cover those costs? What happens?
Superintendent Lutz.
Thank you for your question, Representative Erickson. You know, in an ideal world, we'd be asking for 100% and have everything covered, but additional will help us quite a bit, but we'll still be a good $450,000 in the red, even after this bill, if it were to pass and go into law. For us, we would continue to do what we've had to do for the last 10 or 15 years, which is to do our best to manage a budget by subsidizing from the general fund to pay off the transportation shortfalls every year. The problem with that is our general fund has been shrinking every single year. And now with COVID hitting us, the pandemic, we have ended up with a very severe shortfall. And this year we are looking at cutting $5.5 million out of our $70 million budget. So between the constant 10-year battle of dealing with shortfalls with a lot of other areas, from special education to transportation to dealing with the pandemic, we're really being hit hard this year. We'll just have to continue to look at areas that we can cut to continue to balance the budget.
Representative Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Superintendent Lutz, from your perspective, the most effective way to help you this year would be to put dollars on the per pupil formula. Would that be the best advantage for you to maybe stay away from having to reduce your budget by so much and maybe to cover some of these other costs?
Superintendent Lutz.
Sorry. Yes, indeed, Representative Erickson. I think that for us, the lowest hanging fruit and the most realistic way to approach our shortfalls is to do this addition to the student formula when it applies to transportation. Yes, indeed.
Representative
Thank you.
Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Representative Joachim.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I just want to thank you, Superintendent Lutz. I was able to visit Bemidji a few years ago. We were up on a family vacation, and I wanted to check out your busing situation because I'd heard so much about it. And I think you had another appointment, but I was very well taken care of by your colleagues. And the one thing that really stuck out to me was the map that you showed us, and the massive amounts of ground you have to cover to pick up students. They had also mentioned concern too that you also have to service students that are in private schools as well as charter schools. So that kind of adds to your burden. And then if I can remember right, seeing the wear and tear on the vehicles, not just from the distance, but also from the fact that you don't have a bus barn to park them all in, and how quickly a bus becomes old. I think it was like 10 years. I mean, it was a very short amount of time. So I can see where this would really help. I just want to make sure I understood too. Did I hear you say that like having the money on the formula for this sparsity aid would probably be the quickest way for you to kind of recover around this? And what are some of your plans to help? I know you were constantly re-looking at the way you could do routing. The lack of being able to hire bus drivers is a big thing. What are some of the other challenges that you're facing that we may need to still continue to look at when it comes to having districts like yours where you have sparsity everywhere except in a few dense populations and have so much ground to cover? Because I can't imagine going from, what was it? Albertville out to Stillwater and down to Rosemount and then Shakopee and back. So there's a question in there somewhere. Pick and choose whichever one you'd like to answer.
Superintendent Lutz, you apparently have been given the floor.
Thank you, Chair Dabney, and thank you for your question. We are doing everything we can to try to figure out ways to economize our transportation situation. We have one school that is 19 miles out north of town, another school that's about 10 miles west of town, and short of closing those schools, which we just can't do, what we have to do is try to economize in other areas. And our transportation director and his team are very good at what they do with their software and their routing. We have a number of bus drivers who live pretty far out of town who have routes that serve the area where and near where they live, so they can actually take their buses home and not have to what's called deadhead empty all the way back into town. That's one of the issues with transporting students. Unlike transporting in a semi where you're carrying cargo and you can take a load to Florida and then a load back from Florida or Alabama back to Minnesota. You're always going one way empty. Empty in the morning going out, empty back in the afternoon. And that's a challenge. But we're doing our best to figure out ways to maximize our efficiencies with those situations and trying to do our best in terms of filling our school buses. And of course, with the pandemic, that was impossible and made the situation much more worse this year than it ever has been because we've only had 50% capacity while still having to run our entire routes to pick up students in all four corners of our district. So we're doing everything we can. As you said, we don't have a bus barn or a bus field. So when it's a very, very cold day, sometimes we end up having to replace 20 batteries at a couple $100 each. So the costs are indeed astronomical, and wherever we can, we try to save and to create economies of scale as much as possible. I hope there was an answer somewhere in there for your question. Thank you.
Representative Joachim?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to have that overall picture painted. It really is a challenge for your district, and I'm assuming the same as Forest Lake. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to visit yours as well, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Seeing no other questions from members, Representative Sandsteed, any closing comments?
Mr. Chair, I think there's a question from Representative Thompson.
Oh, my apologies. Representative Thompson, thank you for that, Representative Sandsteed.
Thank you, Chair. Just real quick, when we were talking about the cargo, and I realized we have some real precious cargo on the buses and those babies. But I missed something, Chair. I just wanted to just clarify for my notes. the superintendent said that in some instances, the kids would be on the bus for a couple of hours. And I can imagine that in some of these winter storms also. I just wanted to know what created, like, I wanted to write that down. Like, why would that be that kids would be on the bus for hours? I missed something.
Superintendent Lutz, what's a
Away
Bemidji
from the school.
perspective?
Yes, thank you for your question, Representative Thompson. I think that it's simply by virtue of the fact that we have 825 square miles. So when we have a bus driver who goes out to roughly 18, 20, 25 miles northwest of town or northeast of town, because of the circuitous routes as well around lakes and on minimum maintenance roads, there is no ability to go the way the crow flies, if you will. So we have a lot of very roundabout routes, and students who are 18 or 20 or 25 miles away from their schools get picked up, and then slowly, as we take the slow route back into town, it's not the express route, other students are picked up on side roads here and side roads there and cul-de-sacs here and there, because of the fact that they're sparsely populated and in very far reaches of the district. By the time they get back to our central routing area, then they get off the bus and get onto another bus that takes them specifically to their particular school. By the time all is said and done, it can be between an hour and a half and 2 hours for some of those students who live in the farthest reaches of our geography. I hope that answered your question.
Representative Thompson?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, that did answer my question. Thank you.
A little different than St. Paul.
Yes.
Although I do know in the central cities, sometimes the bus rides can be lengthy, primarily because of traffic. It's not, the miles is a different question. The congestion, the traffic congestion can add to the kids' time on the bus. But before we start telling stories, Representative Sandsteed, would you please rescue us with some closing comments on your bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just would like to encourage everybody's support in this. I appreciate you hearing the bill. I know that this committee works so hard to help school districts do right by their students. And all the work that we do, the great work that we do, really will be for naught if we can't even get our students into the building in the first place. And these school districts are really struggling in very difficult times because of the cost of transportation. So this would be a great way of investing in our students and making it possible for our school districts to make choices that really will benefit the students in the long run. So thank you for hearing the bill, and I appreciate your support.
With that, Representative Sandsteed renews her motion that House File 917 be laid over for possible inclusion in a future bill. Thank you, Representative Sandsteed.